Islam in Germany has a long and complex history shaped by migration, political events, and international relations. Unlike other European countries that had a direct colonial past with Muslim-majority nations, Germany's relationship with Islam developed gradually through diplomacy, trade, and later large-scale immigration. While Islam was not historically widespread in German lands, its presence can be traced back several centuries, beginning with the Ottoman Empire's interactions with Prussia. The first significant encounters between Islam and Germany date back to the 17th century during the Ottoman Empire's expansion in Europe. Although the Ottomans never ruled any part of Germany, diplomatic relations were established between Ottoman sultans and various German states. Prussia, in particular, developed military and economic ties with the Ottomans. During the 18th century, Ottoman diplomats, soldiers, and traders occasionally visited German territories. Some Ottoman prisoners of war and merchants even settled in regions like Prussia and Saxony, forming small but notable Muslim communities. Around this time, German intellectuals also took an interest in Islamic culture. One of the most famous admirers of Islamic thought was the legendary poet Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, who was deeply inspired by Persian literature and Islamic philosophy, particularly the works of Hafez. Moving into the early 20th century, Germany's engagement with the Muslim world intensified, especially during World War I. As Germany aligned itself with the Ottoman Empire, thousands of Muslim soldiers from North Africa, India, and the Middle East were brought to Germany as war prisoners. This period saw the establishment of the Wilmersdorf Mosque in Berlin, built in 1915 specifically to serve Muslim prisoners and German converts. Around the same time, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, originally from British India, began promoting Islam in Germany, contributing to its religious landscape. The most significant wave of Muslim migration, however, came in the aftermath of World War II. With Germany in ruins and in desperate need of labor, the government signed agreements with several countries, bringing in millions of guest workers, or Gastarbeiter. The largest group of these workers came from Turkey, beginning in 1961 when West Germany and Turkey signed a labor migration deal. Alongside Turkish workers, migrants from Morocco, Tunisia, and Yugoslavia, particularly Bosnian Muslims, also arrived. As Muslim communities grew, so did the demand for places of worship. The first Turkish mosque was built in Hamburg in 1967, marking the beginning of organized religious life for Germany's growing Muslim population. By the 1990s, following the reunification of Germany, the Muslim population saw another sharp increase. Immigration continued, and political unrest in various parts of the world brought new waves of refugees. The Bosnian War in the 1990s led to the arrival of thousands of Bosnian Muslims. More recently, the Syrian Civil War and the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan resulted in one of the largest refugee movements in Europe's history. The 2015 refugee crisis brought over 1 million asylum seekers to Germany, a large number of whom were Muslim. Today, Islam is firmly rooted in German society. With over 5 million Muslims, making up about 6% of the population, Germany now has one of the largest Muslim communities in Europe. There are more than 2,500 mosques across the country, with the most prominent one being the DITB Central Mosque in Cologne. While Muslims actively participate in all areas of German life, challenges remain. Issues like Islamophobia, integration debates, and cultural differences continue to shape public discussions about the role of Islam in German society. The history of Islam in Germany is a testament to how cultures and religions can interact over time, evolving from diplomatic exchanges to becoming an integral part of a nation's social fabric. What began as small interactions between Ottoman diplomats and Prussian leaders has now transformed into a diverse and thriving Muslim community, deeply embedded in the heart of Germany. Islam in Germany is not just a historical phenomenon. It is a dynamic and growing part of the country's modern society. Today, Muslims make up a significant portion of Germany's population, contributing to its cultural, economic, and social fabric. As of 2020, there are approximately 5.5 million Muslims in Germany, making up about 6.6% of the total population. This makes Germany home to one of the largest Muslim communities in Europe. But Islam in Germany is not monolithic. It is diverse, composed of different sects, ethnic groups, and traditions that reflect the global nature of the Muslim world. The majority of Muslims in Germany identify as Sunni, making up around 74% of the total Muslim population. Sunnis follow various schools of Islamic jurisprudence, and their practices are largely influenced by the traditions brought from their countries of origin, such as Turkey, Bosnia, and Arab nations. Alongside Sunnis, there is also a significant presence of Alevis, a religious group that originated within Islam but follows a distinct spiritual and philosophical tradition. Alevis account for about 8% of Germany's Muslim population, and their beliefs and practices differ from mainstream Sunni and Shia traditions. The Shia Muslim community, although smaller, constitutes around 4% of Muslims in Germany. They include followers of Twelver Shia Islam, Ismailis, and other subgroups, many of whom originate from Iran, Lebanon, Iraq, and Afghanistan. In addition, there are Ahmadi Muslims, who make up around 1% of the Muslim population. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community has been particularly active in religious outreach and interfaith dialogue in Germany, despite facing persecution in some Muslim-majority countries. An important trend in recent years has been the diversification of Germany's Muslim community. Historically, Turkish immigrants dominated the Muslim population in Germany. In 2015, 53% of all Muslims in Germany had Turkish roots. However, by 2020, this percentage had declined to 45%. This shift reflects the arrival of new Muslim communities, particularly from the Middle East and Africa. The large influx of refugees from Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and other war-torn regions has reshaped the demographic composition of Muslims in Germany, adding new languages, traditions, and perspectives to the broader community. These figures highlight how Islam in Germany is not a single, unified entity, but a collection of different ethnic, cultural, and religious identities. The diverse nature of the Muslim population means that experiences, traditions, and even religious practices can vary significantly from one group to another. From Turkish Sunni communities in Berlin and Cologne, to Bosnian mosques in Munich and Stuttgart, to growing Arab and Afghan Muslim populations in Hamburg and Frankfurt, Islam in Germany continues to evolve and integrate into the national landscape. Despite their increasing numbers and growing presence, Muslims in Germany still face various challenges, particularly in matters of integration, identity, and acceptance. Public debates around immigration, religious visibility, and social cohesion frequently place Islam at the center of political discussions. However, the contribution of Muslims to German society is undeniable. They are business owners, teachers, doctors, engineers, and active participants in all aspects of life. The story of Islam in Germany is one of resilience, adaptation, and diversity. It is a community that has grown from the early diplomatic encounters with the Ottoman Empire to a well-established and significant part of modern Germany. Understanding the Muslim population in Germany requires recognizing this diversity, how different backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences come together to form a vibrant, evolving community. As the demographics continue to shift and new generations of German-born Muslims shape the future, Islam's presence in Germany will continue to develop in ways that reflect both its deep historical roots and its dynamic modern reality. Islam in Germany is not just a historical presence or a demographic statistic, it is a living, evolving reality that shapes everyday life for millions of people. Muslims in Germany, like any other community, lead diverse lives influenced by their backgrounds, personal beliefs, and the cities they live in. While many are fully integrated into German society, participating in work, education, and social activities, they also maintain their religious and cultural traditions, striking a balance between faith and modern life. In terms of employment, Muslims in Germany work in various fields, including business, healthcare, engineering, IT, and retail. Many Turkish-origin Germans have established themselves as entrepreneurs, running small businesses such as grocery stores, restaurants, and textile shops. The younger generation, born and raised in Germany, often pursue higher education and professional careers, studying in German universities and contributing to different sectors of the economy. In recent years, there has been a growing push for Islamic theology programs in German universities to train German-born imams, ensuring that religious leaders are more connected to the lived experiences of Muslims in the country. However, challenges remain. Some Muslims face discrimination in the job market, particularly those who wear religious attire such as the hijab. Cultural differences can sometimes create barriers in career advancement, leading to ongoing discussions about equal opportunities and workplace diversity. Religious practices continue to be an important aspect of daily life for many Muslims in Germany. Those who are observant pray 5 times a day, often at home, at work, or in dedicated prayer spaces available in some offices and universities. Friday prayers, or Gumu'ah, are a communal event, with large numbers gathering at mosques across the country. During the holy month of Ramadan, fasting from sunrise to sunset becomes a central part of life. And iftar, gatherings in mosques and family homes, bring people together in a spirit of community and faith. Food is another area where Islamic tradition intersects with modern life. Many Muslims adhere to halal dietary laws, which has led to the establishment of numerous halal grocery stores and butcher shops in major cities. In places like Berlin, Frankfurt, and Hamburg, a wide variety of halal food options are available, from traditional Turkish kebabs to Middle Eastern and South Asian cuisine. Cafes and shisha lounges have also become popular social spaces, particularly among younger Muslims, offering places to relax, meet friends, and enjoy leisure time while maintaining cultural and religious connections. Family and community life remains strong among Muslims in Germany. Many families prioritize maintaining close ties, often living in extended family households or regularly gathering for family meals and celebrations. Weddings, Eid festivals, and cultural events are important occasions that reinforce these connections. While many Muslims are well integrated into German society, some, particularly those with more conservative views, prefer to maintain strong community-based social circles rather than fully integrating into mainstream German culture. Beyond personal and community life, Muslims in Germany also engage in political and social activism. Organizations such as DTB, Turkish Islamic Union, Milli Görüş, and the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat play a significant role in religious, cultural, and social affairs, offering services such as religious education, community support, and interfaith dialogue. Some Muslims are also active in politics and human rights advocacy, working towards better representation and efforts to combat Islamophobia. Geographically, Muslims in Germany are concentrated in large cities and industrial areas, particularly in the western part of the country, where labor migration from Turkey and the Middle East initially took place. Berlin has one of the largest Muslim communities, especially in neighborhoods like Kreuzberg and Neukölln, which have strong Turkish and Arab populations. Cologne, home to Germany's largest mosque, also has a significant number of Turkish and Moroccan Muslims. Hamburg, Frankfurt, Munich, Düsseldorf, Stuttgart, and cities in the Ruhr area such as Essen and Duisburg all have well-established Muslim populations. In contrast, East Germany, which was under communist rule for decades, has fewer Muslims, although communities have been growing in cities like Leipzig and Dresden. Muslims in Germany continue to balance their religious traditions with modern life, actively participating in the workforce, education, and public life while maintaining strong ties to their families and communities. The majority live in urban centers, where they have built a vibrant and diverse presence that reflects both their heritage and their place in German society. As the country continues to evolve, the role of Muslims in shaping its future remains an important and ongoing conversation. Islam in Germany is not only a growing presence, but also a community facing numerous challenges that impact daily life, social integration, and public perception. Despite contributing to German society in various fields, Muslims still encounter discrimination, Islamophobia, and political resistance, which make integration a complex and ongoing struggle. With an estimated 5.5 million Muslims, making up 6.6% of the population, these issues affect a significant portion of the country's residents. One of the most persistent challenges Muslims in Germany face is discrimination and racism, which can be observed in several aspects of life. In the job market, nearly 39% of Muslims report experiencing discrimination when seeking employment, leading to underemployment or dissatisfaction in their careers. Many qualified professionals struggle to secure jobs that match their skills due to biases against Muslim names or attire, such as the hijab. In the housing market, around 35% of Muslims have faced discrimination when renting or buying a home, making it harder for them to find suitable living conditions and leading to housing inequalities. The challenges extend to education as well, where Muslim children often experience bullying and prejudice, affecting their academic performance and emotional well-being. This systemic discrimination not only limits opportunities for personal and professional growth, but also reinforces social barriers that hinder full integration. Beyond economic and social challenges, Islamophobic incidents have been on the rise in Germany, creating an atmosphere of insecurity and fear for many Muslims. Hate crimes against Muslims have increased dramatically, with the number of reported anti-Muslim attacks doubling in 2024 compared to the previous year. These attacks disproportionately target women, who are more visible due to wearing the hijab or other religious attire. In extreme cases, this hostility has even resulted in 4 attempted murders in a single year. On a daily basis, Muslims in Germany face verbal abuse, physical assaults, and vandalism of mosques, reinforcing a climate of intolerance that affects both individuals and religious institutions. Such incidents contribute to a growing sense of alienation among Muslim communities, making it harder for them to feel accepted and secure in their own country. The political climate has also played a significant role in shaping the difficulties faced by Muslims in Germany. In recent years, the rise of far-right political movements, particularly the Alternative for Germany, AfD party, has fueled anti-Muslim rhetoric and influenced public policy in ways that negatively impact Muslim communities. The AfD, known for its anti-immigration and nationalist stance, has gained political traction, further normalizing Islamophobic discourse in mainstream political debates. This shift in public opinion has contributed to harsher immigration policies and border controls, reflecting a departure from Germany's earlier welcoming stance toward refugees, many of whom are Muslim. As a result, Muslim asylum seekers and migrants now face greater difficulties in obtaining residency, work permits, and social support. At the heart of these challenges is the struggle for social integration. One of the key barriers to integration is cultural stereotyping, where Muslims are often depicted as being resistant to German values or unwilling to assimilate. These prejudices create mutual distrust, preventing open dialogue between Muslim communities and the broader German society. Identity conflicts are another major issue, particularly among younger generations of German-born Muslims. Many young Muslims find themselves caught between their cultural heritage and the pressure to assimilate, leading to internal struggles over self-identity, acceptance, and belonging. This conflict can result in social isolation, or in some cases a rejection of both cultures, leaving them feeling like they don't fully belong anywhere. Addressing these deeply rooted issues requires a comprehensive and multifaceted approach. Strengthening anti-discrimination laws and ensuring they are effectively enforced is crucial to tackling workplace, housing, and educational biases. Promoting intercultural dialogue through education, media representation, and community initiatives can help break down stereotypes and encourage mutual understanding. Additionally, fostering inclusive policies that protect religious freedoms while also promoting integration will allow for a more harmonious coexistence within German society. The challenges faced by Muslims in Germany are real and complex, but they are not insurmountable. By recognizing these issues and actively working towards a more inclusive and tolerant society, Germany can move towards a future where all its citizens, regardless of faith or background, feel valued, protected, and truly at home. Islam in Germany is a story of history, diversity, and resilience. From its early connections with the Ottoman Empire to the millions of Muslims who now call Germany home, this community continues to shape and contribute to society while facing unique challenges. Understanding these realities helps foster dialogue, break down stereotypes, and create a more inclusive future. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Your support helps us bring important discussions to a wider audience. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.